Okay, so we're going to go over gimbal lock and how to avoid it real quick inside of Maya. First I need to show you what it is and how it looks in 3D. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to create some cubes real quick. Whoa. Sorry, I'm rewriting that script right now. Okay. So this is going to be my little simplified arm. Probably could have made this before the video, but oh well. Okay, so this is my simplified arm. And we can look at the hierarchy here in a minute. But let me create just one more cube real quick. This is our torso, so we can picture stuff a little better. Okay. Now, the first thing I want to do on this arm is we want to rotate it down. Alright? And then we want to be able to rotate it forward and back. And then we would like to be able to twist it. And preferably when we twist it, we can twist it directly along the axes that it's pointing at, which we can right now. But if we change our rotate tool to gimbal mode here, then you can see what's really going on in Maya. So, and then if we look at this object in the attribute editor and select the transform node, which is pcube1, I'll just rename this transform so it's clear. We have this rotation order, and it's X, Y, and then Z. So if I grab Z, the X and the Y move with it. So it must be listed in reverse. So it's child, parent, and then grandparent. Okay. Now if I move X, then the arm is moving, but the other two planes of rotation are not moving, right? And then if I move in Y, which is a parent of X, then X is going to change, but not Z. So if I rotate that 90 degrees, I've got problems. That's called gimbal lock. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is Maya is going to try to rotate this for you. So let me switch back my tool to local mode. Local is supposedly showing you the gimbal handles, but there's already an issue that you guys can see because you know otherwise. that I don't have these handles don't represent the axes accurately anymore. So I have rotate x at 0, y is at negative 91. Let's just change that to negative 90 exactly. And we'll change y to a positive 90 exactly. So what happens if I grab, we'll say, well, z, and rotate it just a little bit. Now look in my channel box. I thought I just rotated in Z because that was the blue handle that I grabbed, but it changed Z to 0 instantly from 90, changed X to 90, and Y to negative 82.946, which had nothing to do with the Z axis, really. So and if I continue to rotate in what I think is Z because it's the blue handle, I'm actually getting values in Y. So when you're animating, that can be very confusing because you can view these in sort of a mathematical chart, a graph. And if you're wanting to go back and edit how this happens, how this rotation happens in a graph, then this is going to be very difficult to understand and edit, all based off of the wrong rotation order. Now I purposely chose them out of order. Let me undo so I don't have any rotations. Okay. Now I've got a 90-degree rotation there and Z. So, but I have the dominant axis of rotation on this arm. And that's the Z, just like it should be. And I can see that if I rotate in Z first, that Z is the only axis that's being changed and manipulated. And then if I rotate X, X is rotating just like I think it should. And then if I rotate Y, that's also working. But it's not. Oh, just a second, it's not. Because Y is the parent of X. So in order to give me what Maya is lying to me, it's telling me that it's doing what I want, but it's not. Okay, so let's undo. And let's change this rotation. Let's go back to the attribute editor. And we want our rotations to be, we want Z at the last, and then we want Y to be the child of X. So we select YXZ instead. Now, go back to my channel box. When I rotate Z down, it's the grandparent. Then I can rotate X, and it's still only adjusting the X rotation. That's great. And then I can twist in Y, and it's only adjusting the Y rotation. Now, if this is the scenario you end up with, then you've done well. This is good. This is what you want. And when you're animating and you need to use the graph editor to tweak these numbers a little bit, tweak these rotations, which we'll get to the graph editor in not too long, then what you see is what you get, rather than a lie that Maya told you. Now, there's a situation where the IK, inverse kinematics versus forward kinematics, so this is animation using forward kinematics. Oop. Look at that. That's weird. Honestly, I'm not sure what's going on there. I'll forget that scenario, I guess, for now. Now I'm kind of off track.